What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Continuing our journey through the Alla Xul Elu albums. We get to Sci Co Volume 1, one of the harder CDs to find. But if you guys know your boy, it couldn't hide forever. Thanks to the homie Siznak. He had one he was willing to sell for a reasonable price, so I snatched it up from him. This album right here, Sci Co, is unique sounding out of all of their albums. Album cover wise, to me, it's the most unique. You know, it has Leatherface there, so it still kind of sticks to the whole wearing a mask, wearing your face as a mask. It still kind of sticks to that theme, but it has a movie look to it. And listening to the album, I would say that this album here is more of like hip hop. Like, to quote the homie Mike Sears from Speaky Clout podcast, boom bap. Like, this is a hip hop album to me. I don't even know if I would say that this is horrorcore. This to me is a hip hop album. Like, obviously there are a lot of horrorcore elements in there, but to me this is like a fucking hip hop album to me. They've got, like I said, they've got tracks in there that are definitely, horrorcore. Like The Trunk. I know a lot of people were drawn, and one of the first songs that they listened to was The Trunk. But, to me, this is a hip-hop album, flat out. So, there's the front, very cinematic, it says Alla Xul Elu, Sci Co Volume 1. You got Billy Obey, Joey Black. At the time, it was just the two of them. Lee Carver did not join until before The Almighty came out. So, let's jump right into this right here. Obviously, we would just talk about the front. We will open this up to the inside. There is the CD art. I like that art quite a bit. And actually, I had seen somewhere on eBay that there's like a cassette of this. I don't know if it's still available on Long Live Evil or not. But there's like a variant of this through the cassette, technically. So there you have them. If I put it in frame, there you have them promoting Necronomicon, which came out in 2017, and Heart of Darkness, which was supposed to come out in 2018. To my knowledge, there is no plans to ever release this. In fact, there was an interview I watched with A.X.E, I believe it was with Faygo Lovers, where I think it's Joey Black had mentioned something about, I think he mentions Heart of Darkness. So my assumption is it was just scrapped because they signed to M&E and decided to go with a new direction on the album that they were going to be putting out. Don't know if there's ever plans to release that album or not, but I think it would be pretty dope for them to do that. But, they got your thank yous down here. Then down below, we will go ahead, close this up, take a look at the back with the track list. This is a lengthy listen right here. And honestly, with this album, there is some trouble with going and listening to this. Hang on, I want to make sure this is focusing. It's not, it's like blurry. There we go. It wasn't focusing. So now it's focused. A lot of times I have trouble with listening to lengthier albums. If I don't have a lot of time on the drive that I'm making, I can start an album. Apple Music tends to like to reset sometimes, and it starts playing something randomly. That really annoys me. So a lot of times I avoid lengthy albums unless I know I can make it through like the majority of it, especially if it's an album I'm listening to for the first time. It gets very difficult to do that. And this album was one of the ones I had a lot of trouble making it all the way through and giving this proper full rotational listens. So I think I want to prop this up just like that. That way it stays nice and focused. I'm not moving around too much with it. But yeah, this one was a difficult one for me to get a proper full listen to in it. But like I said, this to me, hip hop album front to fucking back. So let's go over the tracks. Track list is intro.
In the Sci Co city, they come from the north, the south, the east, and the west. They come from different lands to stay.
Preach.
Cut their tongues off. Watch out, Billy back in the black hearse. Axe out, Billy hack till the track hurt. Deny
I'm sick.
I have to leash on the sides because of
raised to give no fuck. So essentially the sound of your screams is seemingly a symphony. Didn't mean to
all my life.
Deliver to the flames, we gon' serve them.
Drugs, slugs, sex, that be the trinity. Until death, murder's the mystery of life. No light when the coffin shuts.
2020 vision.
can't see it in the distance. Even with 2020 vision.
Write songs in my blood, so I die in my own words. Got a lot of enemies, I am my own words. Pit of
Beast.
We bout to feast. Peace on the top, bottom, and everything in between, motherfucker.
Illuminati, turn your body into blood sauce. I'm knowing everything, fingertips to tongue.
Move back.
Appear in the smoke, I get something out of nothing. Never call me, motherfucker, I am summoned. Motherfucker, move back.
What they think.
I'm the one who lives through this life every day, so I don't really give a fuck what y'all haters gotta say. I don't care what they think, I don't care what they say. Time to ride.
Sci Co.
From the flames of conviction, pains and addiction, worse paint the depiction when you're stranger than fiction. No more humility, oh poor.
No worries.
I like my heroes, super like Nintendo. Saturday morning birds chirping out the window. Gonna be a good day, spin it with my.
Roll another.
Roll another blunt, my friend. Roll another blunt, my friend. Smoke another blunt again. Smoke another blunt again.
The trunk.
I spit for that head of horns. Glide off in the night when the trunk close. Put them in the trunk. Put them in the trunk. 80 slasher, these lady rappers.
Praise no name.
Praise no name and I pray to nothing. Can't escape this phase. I'm stuck in mask and a blade on my way to cut.
Left hand's bleeding while I eat it right.
The suffering.
Torn indefinitely, not really okay. Murder please, these voices that Billy obey.
Gone.
The demons, I can point out each and every one of them.
I tried to fight it, I tried to stop it, but I can't understand that kind of logic. I'm gone.
Beg for me.
No mistake, you can't relate to Bill. Still crush you with these words, I'ma make them squeal. Beg for mercy, you gon' beg for me.
Burning.
I've been burning so long.
Yeah, numb to the fire, it burns all around me. Agony endured, to some would be astounding. Flamethrower circle by a.
Bleed with me.
Blood will be everywhere. Please feel safe, please kill the pain. Yeah, stop, and wouldn't that defeat the purpose? Blade get it popping like she practically.
Without it.
Really don't think I'm okay. Live without you, no way. I think about it, I can't sleep at night. Cause if I do, yeah, I dream about it. I can't see me, I can't
Drink.
We ain't came here to hurt nobody. We just came here to get fucked up. We just came here to get our problems, get our problems. Yeah.
And Cemetery Symphony.
Cemetery symphony, the crickets seem to sing for me.
Life's like a blur, death is coming too slow. Tell you not to do it, but your life is.
Like I said, lengthy listen. I do have 5 standout tracks. I have a few honorable mentions because there's a few tracks that ended up on my top 5. They got knocked off of my top 5. So I am going to run through my top 5 first. I'll give you my honorable mentions and then I will tell you what my favorite is. But my top 5 tracks are 2020 Vision, No Worries, The Trunk, Drink, and Cemetery Symphony. And actually Cemetery Symphony was the one that has knocked a few of them off. I was like, I would go back and forth. Like, I think I like this one better than this one. Drink is the other one as well. But the ones that are honorable mentions are Move Back, Gone is a good one, and Beg for Me. Beg for Me was on there for a while, but Cemetery Symphony was the one that finally knocked it off. I just really liked that a lot. But out of the 5 that are my top 5, so out of 2020 Vision, No Worries, The Trunk, Drink, and Cemetery Symphony, my favorite of the 5 is No Worries. Now, I really like 2020 Vision. That was a song that when it played, I was like, yo, this is really good. Like, really good. I really liked 2020 Vision quite a bit. But I really like No Worries. I really like the story, the message, the meaning behind that. You know, being a kid, not having any worries. I'm gonna try not to butcher this, but there's a part where I believe it's Joey Black's line where he says that the bills don't matter because they're not on you. Ah, man, fuck. Remember being a kid, you didn't have to worry about bills. All you had to worry about was, you know, going and having fun and you know, watching your favorite cartoons and shit. I really like that. I really like No Worries a lot. Just because of that right there. But yeah, those are my standout tracks and my little honorable mentions. Like I said in my last review, if you have not watched my review for Head of Horns, with their albums, I find myself able to just listen to it front to back and really shuffle through all their songs without skipping anything besides skits and intros. And this album is no exception. This, like I said, though, this is a lengthy listen, and I had trouble getting through it just purely because I wanted to give everything one full listen through. And you know, the A.X.E albums have been fighting each other and competing against each other for my attention. And, you know, unfortunately, Sci Co wasn't one of the first ones to catch my attention because it doesn't stand out. Let me phrase this right. It stands out from the rest of them, but it stands out for being like to a lot of music that I'm already used to. And you would think like that I would naturally go to those, but once I got tuned to A.X.E, that's what I wanted to listen to, and this stands out so much. It feels more like a hip-hop and a rap album. So like this Sci Co wasn't like my go-to listen when I'm like, all right, what A.X.E album am I going to listen to today? This wasn't one of the first ones to pop in my head. So yeah, tell me down below what your favorite tracks are. I know a lot of people said that they first listened to The Trunk, and that was it for them. I believe Roan has stated that. I don't think that that's what Luke the Goon said, but maybe Mike Sears said that was one of the first ones he listened to. But yeah, tell me down below what your favorite tracks off of Sci Co are. If you have any tracks that you don't like or you skip, tell me down below about those as well. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.